this video, I'm going to talk about your motor and sensor setup and also using a template for your program. So that way you start fresh and you're just going, whenever you're actually writing your own programs. Okay, so we're going to go up here again to open sample program. We're going to go to, notice if you're in like what we opened up last time, you want to go to this Vex 2. Just click on it in the breadcrumbs and it'll take you back to where we were before, which has all of these possibilities from before. Remember before we went to the training samples, but this time we're going to go to PLTW. I want to open this template. This gives me a fresh template. For some reason mine already has some pragma statements in it. Technically this shouldn't even have pragma statements. Right? I'm going to go ahead and leave those for now for purposes of the motor and sensor setup we're going to look at. Okay, so I want to save this so that I have a clean template in my own files. With Robot C, you have to save everything in the C drive. And you have to use everything from the C drive. So say you save something on your USB. Well, you have to transfer it into the C drive, save it in the C drive, then you can download it onto your robot through that. So everything has to be on the C drive. Once I've saved it in the C drive, then I can save a copy of that into a USB if I want to have that with me at all times. So how you're going to save these in the C drive. So we're going to go up here to File. We're going to click Save As. If you click Save, basically it's going to be saving the template where it is right now. So you're going to click Save As. We're going to go into the C drive. Right, so see right here where it says C. You're going to go to Users. Right, everyone that has used this computer should show up on here. I'm going to click My Name. Notice it has a lock. So no one else can use or can open this. So like say I wanted to go into Mrs. Wallace's. Notice it does not let me. Okay. So I'm going to open up mine. And I'm going to make a new folder. Now I've already got one called Robot C because I've made a folder for that before. But so I'm going to say New Folder. And I'll just put down programs. It's whatever you want to call this because this is your files. And you might put training programs because this is you training. Or whatever you want to call this. Right, I'm going to hit Enter. Now I'm going to open up this folder and I'll save this template in there. I'll click Save. Now whenever I want to go get that template I can. Or say I fill in all this stuff. I've got my pseudocode, I filled out my program. Then I'm going to click Save As, and I'm going to save it as whatever I've named it. Like what you're getting ready to do in Movement is a labyrinth, so you might save that particular program under Labyrinth. Okay. Just like any Word document, you can copy and paste in here. Okay. So say I want to do a new program. Go in and I can open up that template again. And now notice I have two of these. All right, so say I do not have any pragma statements on here. These pragma statements is what I'm getting ready to teach you how to do with the motor and sensor setup. But if I already have a program and I've already done my motor and sensor setup, then all I have to do is just copy and paste. So Control C, I have copied. And now I'm going to go to my new one and I do Control V, V like Victor, so Control V, and it's going to put them in. Look at my motor and sensor setup. Clicked on this button right here to get that window to come up. And notice that they're all there again. So whenever you're setting up your RecBot, it's kind of simple in the fact they've got a standard models. Right. On the standard models, I can select my configuration and I can go down to RecBot. Okay. This is what yours looks like. If you set up the wires in the ports that it told you to, then this is what you're going to, everything is already set. So I'm going to click Apply. All right, my motors should match where I put them. If you have designed a robot for competition and you're using different ports, then you use these tabs here. So my motors, I have a right motor, left motor, arm motor. Notice that one of them is reversed. Because our motors are backwards, if they're both going the same direction, your robot is just going to go in circles, and you don't want that. So you'd end up reversing one of them. You find out later which one that you'll be reversing. Most of the time it's the right one, but it may not be. In that case, you would just come back in here and you'd reverse the other one. Okay, we can also specify we're using VEX 393 motors. Okay, we're using VEX 393 motors. They've just got it as a regular, just a 3-wire motor because they're not sure if you used a 393 or a 269. All right, but we can go ahead and specify if we want. It really doesn't matter in this case though. All right. Notice now though I need to go ahead and click reversed again so that my robot doesn't go in circles. Apply that. Sensors, same thing. If you chose to put your potentiometer into a different one of the analog sensors, you would need to go ahead and change that. Notice here that I have several I can choose from if it wasn't a potentiometer, and I'm getting ready to program for the competition. All right, so I've got different ports. And the digital ones are all here. Notice that the encoder, I set up an encoder on the first one. It automatically fills in that the second port is the next one. Okay. So that's your pragma statements. I'm going to apply, and I'm going to click OK. All right, also, I wanted to also show you, these are called the right encoder, left encoder, front, right, with motors, right motor, left motor. When you're programming for yourself, you can't just call it motor, but you don't have to write out the full right and motor. You can change the wording a little bit, and I think one of the videos goes over that. All right, so that's all I needed to show you for this video. Just making sure that you knew where to save everything and how to change up your motor and sensor setup.